Right now, the debate over congressional maps is continuing to heat up here in Utah. And now the Utah Republican Party has weighed in on which map it prefers.
Well, Democrats, though, are calling foul, saying politics are supposed to stay out of the conversation. Our Jordan Tracy spoke with both party chairs tonight to flesh this all out. He's live at the Capitol. Jordan, catch us up on the latest.
Well, Brian and Sarah, the courts turn to lawmakers and say, come up with maps that are fair and representative of all Utah voters. And as the lawmakers battle it out here on Capitol Hill, a new question has been raised. Should political parties be able to weigh in on their preferences for these maps? You know, the debate has been happening on social media and again here tonight on ABC4.
The Utah GOP sending out an email to their voters encouraging them to support the redistricting committee's Map C, calling it, quote, the only map proposed that contains the redistricting criteria and legislative boundaries needed to stop the Democrats.
It would be to our disadvantage to have maps that were drawn in such a way that you have congressional delegation members who don't understand the issues that affect rural Utah.
This endorsement from the party has their Democratic counterparts calling foul, saying that they're pulling for the, quote, most rigged and least competitive map.
The maps have been drawn in a way to advantage Republicans and to disadvantage Democrats. We're not asking that all four be Democrats. We're just asking for maps that give Democrats a fair shot and the people who want to vote for Democrats a fair opportunity to, in fact, cast their votes in a way that elects Democrats, if that's what they choose to do.
But King nor Axon are lawmakers. They aren't in on this process. Their job description is to advocate for the best outcomes for their respective parties. So is it wrong for either to encourage their voters to support what they think is best? Axon says he hasn't had any lawmakers tell him to push for a map. Democrats, however, don't think voters should be coached and think for themselves.
Wouldn't endorsing a map as a party kind of indicate to your lawmakers, this is the one that helps us the most?
Truly, the partisan nature and the likelihood and strategic ability to win those seats is tertiary for me. The first priority that I have on this whole redistricting mess is a belief that the process matters, and it's a belief that the courts have gotten this wrong and have undermined our representative form of government and the elements of a constitutional republic in a move to a direct democracy.
But we as elected officials and I as a leader of the Democratic Party need to push back on that and say what's most important is that we reflect the values and the priorities of people in the state of Utah. And their values, their priorities, their preferences, let's put in place fair maps.
Now, Utahns aren't left out in this process. They can continue to comment on the prospective maps, both by the committee and Democrats. There's links to do so on our website, abc4.com, and they have until the 5th in order to do so. That vote on these maps is scheduled to take place on Monday, October 6th. Reporting live outside of the Capitol, Jordan Tracy, ABC4 News.
A big issue for all of the voters in Utah. Jordan, thank you for that.